Timeout or no timeout? It's a question parents often contemplate. Now, a recent study looks at whether taking a timeout has any negative long-term effects on children. Dr. Emily Mudd of Cleveland Clinic Children's did not take part in the research, but says results show timeouts are okay.
This study was looking at timeouts over several years from birth to around 10 years old or 5th grade. And what it found is there were no long-term effects for kids that were put in timeout versus those kids that weren't. And they looked at emotional and behavioral functioning.
The study looks at data from a national survey of more than 1,000 children. Results show no association between use of timeouts and symptoms of depression, anxiety, aggression, or self-control. Dr. Mudd says if parents use a timeout appropriately to help a child self-regulate and not as punishment, they can be effective. If a child is acting out or having a tantrum, they need guidance to help them regulate their emotions, as very small children don't yet have the skills to do so on their own. But Dr. Mudd cautions that not all kids are the same. And just because a timeout works for one child, it doesn't mean it'll work for another. If you choose to use a timeout, she says it's best to keep it short.
If you are going to use timeouts and it's something that works for your family, a good rule of thumb is to do 1 minute per year of age. So really starting, not much younger than 18 months would really be the youngest age we would recommend. And then so a 2-year-old would get 2 minutes of timeout. And really at that age, it's really just teaching them how to regulate their bodies.
Dr. Mudd reminds parents that children receive a lot of negative feedback throughout the day, whether it's don't do this or stop doing that. So if you use timeouts, make sure you're also taking the time to praise them when they're behaving appropriately. Complete results of the study can be found in the Journal of Developmental and Behavioral Pediatrics. In the Breaking Through Newsroom, Theodore Whitelow, Breaking Through News.